Wilson is the main character in one of the hardest survival games out there, but with a terrible reputation. So I decided to spend the next 100 plus days with one life, becoming a Wilson main and finding out if he's actually a hidden gem under all that hate, or if I should never play him again. Starting on day 1 when I crushed him with a boulder. Okay, not yet.
Okay, so we're Wilson. The first thing that I want to do is try to take out the ancient fuel weaver.
But that's simplifying it a lot, because although fighting one of the 2 main bosses in Don't Starve Together is a big deal, that's not actually becoming a Wilson main. Thankfully, I had to come up with a 3-step process to becoming a real Wilson. But before that,
whenever we're exploring, we need to make sure that we check every single cave entrance.
Yeah, exploration was gonna take up a big part of the early game, but like any good Wilson main knows, location is the most important part of setting up a solid base, meaning we would have to go through a lot of this.
Ooh, cave entrance. Let's see if it's anything good. Oh my god, is it this freaking biome? I hate this biome.
The first cave entrance was pretty bad, but our luck was just about to get started.
Let's go here. Ooh, yes, mosaic biome. Lots of kelp. I love kelp. Wilson, kelp. Ah! Kelp, Wilson, kelp. Perfect. I will take this green mushroom. Raggedocious. Pig house. Don't mind if I do.
And as the first day came to an end, we had amassed a lot of resources, but there was still a lot to explore.
Ooh, living tree. Ow! Freaking jerk. Please, blue mushroom biome.
And surprisingly, when we went down our second cave entrance,
another 2 cave entrances close together. Yes, the blue mushroom biome. Oh my god, perfect. Okay, so this is the cave. Let's check this one out. Okay, this is actually not bad.
But the cave entrance was only half of it, since a good base location not only has to be in a safe area, but also near a lot of unrelocatable resources.
Yeah, I'll skip the swamp for now. Haven't I been here already?
And as day 2 came to an end, I realized walking was gonna take way too long. So I thought about getting a beefalo.
How much gold do I need? I already forgot. The bell is 3. I need 5. I need a lot more gold.
Not to say I didn't keep an eye out for good set pieces.
Ooh, at least he has a backpack. Hey, come over here. Gee, thanks. Oh my god, so many geckos. Oh my god, he's gone insane.
And after gathering a little bit more gold for a bell.
Ooh, yes, Savannah. Is there any beefalo? Yes, beefalo. Now here's the thing. I need to kill one of you. Trust me, I really don't want to. Yes, a horn.
But with my abilities rising, I might have gotten a little bit cocky.
Oh my god, that was a mistake. Ah!
Thankfully, 4 days as Wilson was helping me use my brain a little more.
To freedom. Woo! Okay, I think I can make a saddle already. The saddle's still not unlocked.
I did say a little bit more.
You are the chosen one, my son. Whee! Okay, what name are you giving me? Wellington? Annabelle? Beefy? Harry? Beefany? You know what? TXE Beef. Woo! TXE Beef. Let's go!
And with the great TXE by my side, I was now able to not only start a base, but a home.
Yes, Beefalo! Oh my god, TXE, I love you! Look at the radio, Wilson. Isn't that how you got here, Wilson? You little dummy.
And after examining what I had already explored from the map, I decided to base around the center of the world.
Let's go!
With the basics of a base setup, I had unlocked the first road to becoming a full Wilson main. But next up was the most important and my least favorite, combat.
Oh my god, Mo!
Now, unlike that Mo, I only had 1 life to master combat by fighting bosses. But thankfully, I did have TXE who would help me do things a lot faster, like collecting all the suspicious marble pieces hidden across the world.
Hello, Piggy. Oh my god, come on.
Of course, nobody said it was gonna be easy.
Ah, run!
But as day 6 rolled around, I had a feeling I would soon find out the 3rd ability I would have to master to become a Wilson main.
Insight. Yes.
Now, for those that don't know, Insight is used
Okay.
on skill trees to unlock and upgrade certain abilities of a player. And it's also one of the 3 main things I plan to completely master to become a full Wilson mate. But wait, throughout my 1300 hours in Don't Starve Together, I have pretty much never played Wilson and know nothing about skill trees. So I decided to interview somebody that does.
Hello.
So as having killed every single boss as Wilson, tell me, what's the deal with his skill tree?
Wilson, I think, was more of a test with his skill tree because his skill tree is very generic, which kind of fits Wilson because he's meant to be a generic character that doesn't really add too much uniqueness to the table. But that doesn't mean it's not useless because Wilson can effectively turn a Varg farm into infinite of any resource because he can just transmute gems all the way up to green. It's competitive with just clearing the ruins, especially once you take into account that Full Weaver takes 20 days to respawn.
I had no idea Wilson had this big of a potential, but now I had to know more. So I asked him what he thought would be the best way for me to spend my skill points.
Full transmute gems, only transmute Icky number 1 because that's really good. Probably ignore all of the torch skills, then go full insulation on the beard, and then pick one of the 2 affinities. And usually lunar transmutations because of the damage against shadow creatures, but that usually won't make a big enough difference for you to kill a shadow creature in like 1 less hit, which is like what matters. But the shadow affinity allowing you to transmute pure horror from dreadstone and such, it's very useful because back then pure horror couldn't make the void equipment, but now it can, and void equipment is pretty good. In fact, potentially best in slot. Against the bosses, the shadow affinity will deal a lot more damage because you're just fighting a bigger lunar health pool.
And now I had to ask him the most important question. Is Wilson a good character?
The best character.
I now knew more than ever about Wilson, but most importantly, I
Okay,
knew
I'm
exactly
gonna
where to
work
put
up
my
my way to
first
the-
skill point. Which might have been a little bit questionable this early, but I still had some suspicious pieces to find.
Okay, we found one. Okay, we found it. The rook is right here. Okay, I just need the knight.
Unfortunately, Chester was looking pretty bad, and the final piece I needed to set up the boss fight was nowhere to be found.
I wish I could feed you meat. That way you could be an angry beef. Ooh, careful with the mosquito. Sorry, pigs. I know I made you guys be homeless. Come on, it's gotta be around here.
But I think Chester might be lucky
Chester!
because immediately after he came back,
Yes, I got it. The last one. And then we could go to the ruins.
of course, that doesn't mean I paid more attention to him.
Wait, I left Chester's eye bone inside him.
But with the pieces set up 13 days before the next new moon, which is the only time this fight can be done, I had a lot of time to prepare. To rush the ruins, that is.
Spoil.
Now, the caves are really important because not only do they hold the location for the ancient fart weaver fight, but it also contains the 3 different levels of gear I will need to progress throughout this challenge. For the same reason, I had spent all the early game exploring all the cave entrances I came across to find the blue mushroom biome. Because not only does it have a lot of good healing, but it's also directly connected to the muddy biome by a land branch every single time.
You're being difficult again.
And connected to the muddy biome is always the ruins.
Oh, I did not expect it to be on this side.
But before getting to
Green
the
mushroom
ruins, I
biome.
needed to collect some green mushrooms for sanity.
Okay, green mushroom biome right there. Oh, that's a lot of rabbits.
But with the easy part done, it was time to step into the danger zone.
All right, we're ready. Hopefully it's not the nightmare phase. That way we can go straight. Lots of glowberries. Woo! Don't drop the saddle.
And after gathering the bare minimum loot, things started taking a turn. And not for the best.
Stupid nightmare creature, bro. Damn it, you stupid beefalo. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna murder your entire family. I can't risk him dropping his saddle one more time because if not, he's gonna freaking make me walk all the way back.
Thankfully, I was able to find the fixed pseudoscience station very early, and I decided to take out the 2 bishops guarding it to practice my combat, which you might have noticed is a little bit different since throughout this challenge, I decided I would also try learning animation canceling to max out Wilson's damage. Shout out to the speedrunning community for that. I am still pretty bad at it, so while I was down here, I decided I might as well try it on a bigger target.
I can make 2, but... All right. Oh my god, I have so much nightmare fuel. Bro, do you mind? I'm trying to feed my beefalo. Okay, hopefully it's this way.
The clockworks didn't seem to like my idea though.
No! Oh my god, you're so stupid.
TXT could probably solo all of them, but trying to keep him safe, I ran to a safe area in hopes of him following me.
Come here, TXE.
But as a few seconds passed and there was no sign of him, I began to worry the worst had happened.
TXE.
But he was still my beefalo, so I headed back into the danger to find out if he was still alive, or if I would end up using a brand new handbat for this fight.
TXE?
And although I found tracks,
His poop.
the fact that I had barely made it out myself more than likely meant he was no longer with us.
Oh my
Meaning
god.
this fight had just gotten personal.
Oh, what? Ooh. Oh my god. Woo! I'm dead! Ah! Woo! Ah! 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 Oh no, the spiders! The spiders! The spiders! The spiders! The spiders! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Yeah, next time I might pack a couple more blue mushrooms. But thankfully with the glowberries and the carrots, I was able to get my health up to a manageable amount. And now it was time to find out if it had all been worth it.
Thank you, tentacles. Okay, here's the moment of truth. Please, walking cane. Yes! Lazy Explorer. Ooh.
However, I still had to make it all the way back home, and with no food or healing, any little fight could probably be the end of this.
Bro, frick off! Frick off.
Or at least that's what I would say if I didn't know about Lycan, since it's pretty good at hunger and also healing, just a little tough on your sanity.
This is the hard part.
But we weren't done yet, because the Shadow Pieces fight was still due on night 21, and I still had so much left to do to prepare for it.
Oh my god, go away. Okay, let's take advantage and learn that gem. Oh my god, where are all these shadow creatures coming from? Oh my god, what the... Oh, frick. Oh my god, what the hell? Bro, how many shadow creatures? Oh my god. Oh my god, go away.
Oh, and of course, things were only getting started.
I have 3 days to get back up in the surface. Now we have 2 days before the fight. I came up the wrong one. Oh. Yummy honey. Alright, tonight's the night. Tonight's the night. Which one of you vote goats wants to die for the cause? Wilson Nerdson. Okay. Okay. So I need to take out the knight first.
Okay, I think that's enough drama for today. The Shadow Priestess fight is probably the easiest in the game. First, taking out the knight and then the bishop is the easiest way to end up with a tier 3 rook, which using a walking cane, magiluminescent, and a road, you can easily kite to get the Shadow Atrium, which we will need to take out the ancient Fartweave.
Good night. Whee! Yummy. Oh my god, I didn't even pay attention to my mag. It was about to break.
But you might have noticed I still had a lot of gear left, and there was a reason for that.
Now I can use all this stuff to kill the Nightmare Werepig, which was the plan all along.
And after gathering the little bit of loot left over, I finally noticed the skill point, which had been there for a good while. However, I decided to do something a little bit different.
Actually, I think I'm gonna go for beard insulation, just because I'm gonna fight the Nightmare Werepig in the caves, and the caves are pretty cool. Bye, bats.
And I was right about the cold, but there was something I hadn't thought about.
I hate you. You know what? This is not gonna work. This is not gonna work. I can literally not be down here.
And so I decided to distract myself by paying a small visit to TXC's family.
Ow! What the hell? Beefalo has freaking aim assist.
And with a sombrero de vaca, I was ready to take on the hardest boss yet.
Nightmare Pig. Nightmare Pig. Yeah.
So what do you think is the best boss to kill as Wilson?
As for like usefulness, Nightmare Werepig for sure. Nightmare Werepig only has 10,000 health and it gives you 90% damage reduction armor.
Oh my god, he just killed that thing. Change. Good night, my good friend, the rock lobster.
And I know I made it look easy, but it really wasn't. However, defeating the Nightmare Werepig meant we could unlock the second tier of armor that would pretty much carry the rest of the run.
Whoa. Wilson, what were you doing back there?
But we didn't win without casualties.
Oh my god, he's crawling up his... No, my mag, it broke.
And to add to it, the Nightmare Werepig always only drops half of the items you need to complete a full Dreadstone set, and so I had to find a way to make it work.
Good morning, pigs. Nice to see you. Alright, Chester, do you have the green gems? Oh, I do.
Using the green gems I had collected from the ruins and the knowledge that Jakey had bestowed on me, I could duplicate my dreadstone and craft both of the armors I needed. However, I would have to head all the way back down to the ruins.
Man, screw that. I'm not holding a lantern. I might get one shot by a freaking antelope. Oh, I guess that's why he was catching up to me, because my mag was broken and I was slow. Hello.
I then realized I could just use a crafting amulet to make both of them, so I just crafted 2 crowns at half price and then headed back up to the surface.
Alright, that's good enough for me. Ah, I'm freezing. I'm freezing. This is why you always carry your grass and twigs. Ooh, run.
I was able to make it out before the nightmare phase, but I was obviously not far enough yet.
Oh my god.
It thankfully didn't take me too much to take care of them, and with the star very close by,
I'm surprised this star is still here.
I was able to finally make it up to the surface.
Go. Finally, home sweet home.
But even better, I could finally cosplay as Batman.
Oh, yeah.
Day 28 was now coming to an end, and I had practiced my combat a lot, getting a lot of loot on the way. However, I was trying to be a Wilson main, and so I had to focus on the one thing that every Wilson main loves: the base. Now, the base is probably the most sacred place to a Wilson main, and no joke, if somebody joins a public world playing as Wilson and their first words aren't "where is base," they're probably working for the Russian government. And for that same reason, one of the 3 main goals I have to complete throughout this challenge is making a proper Wilson approved base. And with spring coming around, it looked like the perfect time. I just had to take care of a little friend first. Or should I say friends?
Ah. Special delivery.
I made easy work of them, and with all the monster meat I now had, I decided to put my kitchen together too.
What? I think I messed up this bottom one a lot.
And although I messed it up a little bit, the new skill point that I got later brought me a new idea.
I have 2 shovels for no reason. Inside, yes, finally. But I do need to get that iridescent gem, so I'm gonna go for the gem.
So while I waited the snow to melt away to be able to put down some flooring, I decided to go dig up some grapes.
See if we can get some good stuff. I don't want a freaking dragon pie recipe.
And although I did find a couple gems, my sanity was not happy about that.
Gears. Ah. Ooh. Ooh, blue gem. Nice. Bill Nye, the science guy. This place is a mess. Let's go, Chester.
And as we made it back to the base, we got a visit from a good old friend, Deerclops.
What did I do to deserve this? Oh my god, Chester. There's no freaking hope for us.
I guess being as smart as Wilson really does take a toll on your mind.
Leave him alone. Pick on someone your own size.
The Deerclops fight is a pretty easy one. However, with my sanity so low, I don't think I have to tell you how hard it is to deal with shadow creatures and Deerclops at the same time. So I decided to take him through the beehives instead so he could take a little bit of damage and also help me clear some beehives for some of that good old honey.
Holy moly.
Okay, I gotta admit, that was probably not a good idea. But thankfully, the bees were able to buy me enough time to bring up my sanity a little bit more, and then, using the circle technique, trademark pending, I took him down with no problem.
Woo! Too easy.
Deerclops' death meant the end of the first 2 seasons, and since the snow would still take a couple of days to melt, I decided to focus on another boss.
Skeleton.
Which, I gotta be honest, had been really unrecommended by other Wilson mates.
The first time I played Wilson after the rework was the Eye of Terror, and I died to that on day 20, so not that, anything else. Anything else then.
Anything other than the Eye of Terror.
I had been practicing my animation canceling a lot, and I felt like I was doing a lot better than the first fight, managing to take out the entire first stage in one night. However, the next night was gonna be a lot more different.
Wow, dude, this sucks. I had no other choice but to retreat for the rest of the night and then spend the next day healing. I suck at this game. But thankfully it only had 1,000 health left and I was able to take it out as soon as it spawned the next night. However, my ego had been bruised, and I realized I still had a lot of work to do if I was gonna face off against the Fuel Weaver as Wilson. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Anyways, as day 35 rolled around, I decided that I had to refocus my attention on the base. Because although spring was gonna be the best season to work on the base, I would still have a lot of things to take care of if I wanted to even get close to fighting the Fuel Weaver.
Okay, it's time to work the plantations.
The first thing I needed was a lot of saplings.
Okay, there's still one sapling up here. Now I need to dig up all the grass. But I also need to get... Wait, I don't have light bulbs. I'm just wondering if I need all of these freaking different types of armor. Probably not.
And also plenty of ice in case I needed filler or a flingo.
Yay, it's spring. I can finally see the road. Okay, let's get this grass down here, and then we should be fine.
Grass was the last plant I collected, but as it started to rain, I remembered I still didn't have a lightning rod.
Chester, I need a lightning rod.
I actually didn't even have the materials to make one, but I could make something way better.
Finally, we can make bacon and eggs. Okay, Chester, we're gonna have to go because I don't want my freaking base to catch on fire.
Bacon and eggs is Wilson's favorite food, so of course I had to learn it. But before I could keep working on the base, I had to gather the materials for the lightning rod and also pay one last visit to TXC's family.
Hello, cows, my family.
Since it was day 37 already, I decided to explore the rest of the map, which I hadn't gotten to in the early game, but a couple moose goose and a merm were not too happy to see me.
There's no way you're this fast. Bro, do you freaking mind? Yes, Beefalo, kill that freaking fish.
The Beefalo did end up killing the merm, but as the food chain goes, I had to end up killing them. As well as taking a prisoner.
We're gonna name you Chicken Wing Suya. Let's go, Chicken Wing Suya. Chester, please stop fighting with Chicken Wing Suya.
I brought Chicken Wing Suya back to the base in memory of TXC, but then I immediately left since I had completely forgotten about a lightning rod. I gathered a couple materials from the pig houses in the pig village, and then I headed back home since spring was only getting started.
Umbrella. Try not to freaking die of starvation.
I finally built my lightning rod and also an umbrella, which protects from 100% of wetness. However, my food situation was pretty bad, so I knew I had to set up a farm pretty soon. My first idea was not the best.
How is there 4 damn spiders in that thing? You know what? Screw you guys. I'm going to the next one.
And the second one was a lot better, but...
Oh, crap. Why?
I guess it's true that they say your past does come back to haunt you, but after giving it a third try, I was finally able to get a nest, and now I can focus on the turf.
Then this is gonna be the flingo down here.
With day 42 coming to an end, I knew that I would eventually expand the base, so I started clearing up all the dead trees around the base. Only problem was the trees were not too happy about that.
I'm gonna castrate you.
With the little amount of logs I was able to get, I only made one chest, and since I was tired of fighting trees, I decided to head out to collect the turf I would need.
Here. Sorry, coming through. Alright, the part that I completely forgot, the turf. Nice, base is coming along nicely.
And of course, I couldn't stop
Finally,
there.
the bird cage. I'm about to go sicko mode. You're gonna be my prisoner of war.
My base building skills were definitely getting better, and with so much bacon and eggs in my inventory, I couldn't help but feel like a real Wilson main. Of course, I couldn't let spring go by without killing its seasonal boss
I'm gonna
though.
leave you over here.
Now, Muskus is probably the easiest and dumbest looking boss in the game, but its drop is great for summer, which was coming up, and also the fart weaver since they're very smelly. I easily took it down in just under a day, but with it dead began the real fight, which is the Mooslings. Not because they are hard, but because if you forget your umbrella, you're gonna be in a bad situation.
Oh my god, what the hell?
Yeah, definitely never underestimate a fight, because one move can pretty much always guarantee your death. And whenever you're doing a challenge that's only one life, you really cannot be taking these types of risks. Thankfully, I'm a professional Wilson main, so I was able to take him out with no problem, not even worried about it turning night so soon where I pretty much would have died.
Screw that thing.
Wait, what do you mean it's not over yet? Oh, fuck.
It's raining frogs. You know what happens when it rains frogs? They're freaking demolishing her.
Yeah, I definitely would not want to be the one behind those tongues. But thankfully, I'm very brilliant and smart. Let's just ignore the part where the lightning fell and burned everything down,
Oh my
pretty much
God,
neglecting the
freaking
entire
petals.
thing.
I mean the freaking feathers.
The Muslings still dropped some loot, so I made sure to pick all of it up because the feathers would come in very handy later on. After this, I headed back home to work on my skill tree. Since I had already maxed out my gem transmutation and nothing else really looked interesting, I decided to keep working on my beard because then again, Jakey had also mentioned that it was a pretty good skill to have. But of course, spring was not over yet.
It's raining frogs again? Scratch that, we're running.
I had already killed 2 muskus, so I didn't know if there would be any more to deal with these frogs, but thankfully the area that I had explored earlier with all the muskus and the merms were still there. And I don't think I have to tell you that the frogs made easy work of them.
It's dead.
I gathered up all the loot that thankfully hadn't burned this time, but there was still so many frogs falling that I decided to put them up against another muskus.
Look, I just want
However,
the feathers,
although
okay?
frogs are strong, they do have a very strong weakness.
Okay, when they wake up, they're gonna have a fun time with that other moose. They can't fight at night though because they fall asleep. It has to be day. Come on. They're gonna get wiped out. No, come on. Come on, make it day. Yes, yes, come on, frogs. Attack! Attack, my frogs. No, that's all of them. No, they failed. It's over. I don't even want to kill this one because look how much it has. But life is not about doing things that you want to do. What? Nambe, you have 6,000 health again. Screw you, dude.
Yeah, sometimes this game is not fair, but thankfully back at home, we were still the winners.
I have 35 feathers. 80 frog legs. What am I supposed to do with this?
And with spring almost over, I decided to put a couple more details on the base.
Perfect.
However, even better than that was that after collecting all the gems I had, I was finally able to do this.
Yes. Woo! Iridescent gem.
The gem would probably not come in handy until later, but with 54 days behind us, I had something better in mind.
Okay, we got some weeds.
And little did I know, I was about to get in a whole lot of trouble.
I might have accidentally messed up. Okay, I think I might have to go all the way around now. Okay, Pearl's all the way at the other side. So I'm almost 100% sure now.
And even worst of all, summer had just rolled around.
Oh no. We have to go back. I repeat, we have to go back, guys.
Thankfully, we weren't too far from the shore, and after making a quick fan, we were able to go back on our trip. This time on a grass raft, since driving the boat all the way around the world was gonna take a bit longer than I had.
To the Lunar. There you go, Lunar. I don't know how I freaking missed it, dude.
And with the help from Suya, I mined all the glass I could find and also assembled the 3 pieces to make an altar, which allows us to craft some great weapons for fighting Fart Weaver and Shadow Creatures.
Bruh. Are you kidding me? If you're sleepy, the beefalo rides slow? That's so weird. Woo! Okay.
And just when things seemed like they were going great,
Let's go. Let's get out of here. Bro, stop. Dude, I'm gonna... You're dead. Get over here, you idiot.
I ended up feeding the beefalo my entire supply of grass and twigs, but he still wouldn't listen to me.
You're the worst beefalo ever. I hope you fucking die. Dude. What do you want from me?
And then I checked Chester.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Please don't mention this in the comments. Anyways, with my new loot from the Lunar Island, I headed back home and turned on the Ice Lingomatic, which I had completely forgotten about.
Poor beefalo.
However, my biggest mistake was thinking that summer would be any safer than the previous seasons.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Antlion is the seasonal boss for summer, and when left unattended will be a big pain in your ass. However, with some terrible loot, I was not about to go waste my time fighting it. But thankfully, to make up for it was another skill point.
Oh man.
I now realize that beard insulation was probably the worst thing to have during summer, but I really wanted that
Next one,
storage.
we can get the beard storage.
However, my own flesh was not the only one at risk during summer.
Oh shit.
Although rot was thankfully good for something. And after stockpiling on some more bacon and eggs, it was time to head back into the caves. But it really wasn't any safer.
How many depth worms do you think it is? Ow! We're gonna kill the other one right now. Let's just get a bunch of light bulbs.
And while exploring, I managed to find somebody very useful for later on.
Hutch! Hello, Hutch.
And not to mention some very strange set pieces.
What the heck? I hope you understand that you suck.
Yeah, you could say that me and Suya had a love-hate relationship.
You're literally the worst beefalo on planet Earth. TXC would have killed you.
But of course, that didn't stop me from trying to keep fighting with her.
30 days 60. Stop it, bro. Stop. You're not cute. You're not funny. You're not quirky. You're just cringe and I hate you.
And it's funny how history has a way of repeating itself. But I finally managed to move out of my stupid decisions and head back up to the surface, where the heat was still very strong. Up here in the surface, I still had a lot to do, starting with getting some bolt gold horns to make weather panes, which is pretty much essential for a fuel weaver fight, unless you're a god. The desert, however, was covered by a sandstorm that would not let me see the goats, let alone fight them, so I ended up just chasing them off into the swamp, where a tentacle was more than happy to take care of them.
Perfect, the horn.
However, I think I might be a little too dumb to be a Wilson.
No. My god, he's gonna fucking die. Ah, I'm gonna fucking die.
Thankfully, I had packed some blue mushrooms in my backpack to help Suya, but I really cannot catch a break.
If it's not the beefalo trying to kill me, it's the freaking tentacles, and if it's not the tentacles, it's the shadow creatures. It's not the shadow creatures, it's freaking Obama. And it's not Obama, it's Bill Clinton. If it's not Bill Clinton, it's Jeffrey. And who the hell is Jerome? I don't know.
I made it all the way back home, hoping I would be safe here, but of course I wasn't. And if the ground wasn't trying to eat me up, the sun was.
How am I still overheating, dude? The worst.
And to add to it,
a freaking hound wave? Are you kidding me? You seriously trying to kill me, aren't you? I don't even have a weapon. Can I catch a break?
I ended up running to the pigs I had made homeless in the early game for defense, but they couldn't protect me from everything, because since I had to take off my umbrella, the sun was just eating through my skin. Not to mention the firehounds also cooking me down like a piece of bacon. And speaking of bacon, as I headed back home to make a thermal stone to keep off the heat, I noticed that all my frog legs were about to spoil, so I ended up turning them all into eggs to make some very nice bacon and egg.
I tried spending the rest of summer gathering materials and crafting equipment for the fight, but yeah, I think autumn is the best season to do the Fuel Weaver fight.
But even when it was dark, the sun would not let up, pretty much almost killing me more than a couple times.
Oh my god, I'm not gonna die to summer. Screw you. Oh my god, summer is kind of a pain.
And if you're not writing in the comments by now, it's probably because you haven't noticed. But to be fair, it took me almost an hour straight of playing to notice that the reason that I was overheating so much was because I had a full-grown beard with full beard insulation, heating me up faster than the surface of the sun. Wilson, why? It was day 69 though, so can I really complain? Anyways, I managed to unlock the magic tab, get my beard storage, trade trinkets with Pig King to get as much gold as possible, start a pig cult, rescue baby Glommer, disband my pig cult, upgrade my magic station, and milk the last batch of goats I needed before Bearger rolled around, marking the final boss I would need to beat before taking on Fuel Weaver. Now, Bearger is no simple task, but as the Wilson man I am, I decided to use my head instead of my hand, and I put him up against the frogs just like Muskus.
I forgot his pound attack's probably gonna kill all of them. Oh my god!
However, just like the final Muskus, this Bearger was a lot tougher than the frogs, and so I took him on myself.
Oh my god.
Woo! Okay, maybe I needed to take it a little more seriously.
Good night.
With Bearger down, I had now mastered the ability to fight as Wilson, and his fur would come in very handy very soon. However, I also wanted to master the ability to build perfect bases, and mine was only missing one more thing. Yeah, that was a bit underwhelming, but since storage, crafting, and materials were already taken care of, food was the last thing needed, meaning we were now experts at fighting and base building. So now, the only goal left was to master the skill tree. And I don't think I have to tell you that that requires killing the Fuel Weaver. Now, the Fuel Weaver is a final boss, meaning it's not that easy to get through. Thankfully, I had already killed the Ancient Guardian and the Shadow Pieces in the early game, as well as collecting most of the equipment I would need. But before I finished collecting all of them, I needed to head down into the caves and find the Atrium. Now, for all you beautiful people who have never gone to the Atrium, let me break it down for you. The Atrium is pretty much a floating maze in the middle of the void with no entrance or exit, besides the one covered by a Tenapillar. And yes, those are just as fun to fight as you think. But thankfully, here's where Hutch comes in, because by placing a glass cutter inside of her, she will do 1 damage to every tentacle that spawns near her. Not that that can keep you safe at all though. But thankfully, after losing just half of my health, I was able to take it out and travel it to the Atrium.
Oh,
Okay, there
crap.
might be a little bit more work to do.
Oh, another inside point. Right. Looking. Make way for the King's Guard. The Grinch. Wait, the Nightmare Warpig's back? So who's chaining brother up? Alright, let's go straight over there. What? man. There's nothing in... Oh, please be this one, dude. Oh my god, finally.
We had finally made it to the atrium, meaning one step closer to Fuel Weaver, and I could leave all the stuff I had brought down here while I headed back up to the surface to collect all the things I still needed. And spoiler alert, it was a lot. To start off, I needed purple gems to make a nightmare amulet, which would help me deal with the Fart Weaver's immunity shield. An insulated pack to keep the food fresh on my way to the fight, a lot more food since it had all turned to rot, a couple more gold horns and big meat as well as cactus for sanity, the skill point from earlier on Icky transmutation to turn all the big meat I could find into morsels to make eggs and pierogi for healing. But wait, there's more. I needed to hunt down the only magnuts in the world for a chance to get a tusk to make another walking cane. Not get it, pick cactus, hunt down magnuts again 2.5 days later, get it, head into the caves to get 8 fossils from stalagmites, turn the walking cane into a lazy explorer in the ruins, pick more cactus, fight the same tentacle again, place 2 dwarf stars in the arena since it's the middle of winter, build the ancient Fuel Weaver skeleton, cook the cactus, stand under the stars for sanity, put the key in the gate, and only then could I finally start the fight. We had spent the last 105 days becoming the best Wilson main possible. Fighting, building, eating, and even thinking as Wilson had led me all the way here. But to know if he's really a good character, I first had to complete this final test.
What? Let's go! I make it look easy, huh?
And so after spending 100 plus days becoming a Wilson main, my final review is that Wilson is not an outstanding character by any means. His skill tree is made up of small abilities that help in very specific scenarios, like doubling pierogi, avoiding annoying events, and even sneaking food past bunnies. His fighting is no different than any other character, and it's still hard to find a pace with him. However, being the face of the game we've all come to love, and probably the first character most of us played when first learning the game, it's hard not to appreciate this little mad scientist. I don't think Wilson is the best character, but then again, without Wilson, there would have never been other characters. And I think for me, that's more than enough.
Unless